Hey everybody, Barry Johns here, and welcome back to another edition of Studio Talk. Avid is going 100% subscription, and I like White Castle. Let's get to it. Okay, so let me get this out right out of the gate. I want you guys to understand why it is I do what I do. I happen to have a pretty good job, so I don't need this YouTube thing to make a living. I don't need it to be successfully financially. I do it because I enjoy doing it. I do it to hopefully make a difference in other people's lives, to share knowledge that I've gained along the way on my journey, because I'm just like you. I'm just somebody who's had a passion about all of this for a very long time. Yes, I'm lucky. I've worked hard all my life and I've amassed quite a decent home recording studio. Okay. Doesn't mean I know everything, but I've learned a few things along the way. Now, recently, I've had a few conversations with Avid. Why have I had those conversations? Because I've done some videos out there that have resonated with Avid. Some of them, probably most of them, have been somewhat critical of Avid. I think I've gone on record saying that I love Pro Tools, but I'm not particularly a fan of Avid as a company. So they ultimately reached out to me, and I had a Zoom call with a couple of them about 2 weeks ago, one of them being Fabrice, the head of product development, and the sales manager. I won't mention his name for privacy standpoints, but I had a conversation. And if there's any one thing that I learned for sure in that particular Zoom call, and it lasted about an hour, is there are plenty of hardworking men and women at Avid, both from a sales and development and even potentially product development later on, okay, that are good people. They're hardworking people. They care about what they're doing. They want to kind of change the way and really ramp up the technology and the features that they're giving us. And I truly believe with the bottom of this guy's heart that their heart's in the right place, their efforts are in the right place. That being said, okay, they, just like stormtroopers in Star Wars, I'm sure there were some good guys and girls in stormtroopers in Star Wars, but ultimately they work for the evil emperor, okay? They work for the empire, okay? And the empire is Avid. From the very beginning of Avid's takeover of Digidesign, all they've ever cared about is dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They never have. And I've seen absolutely nothing from them as a company that tells me that they ever plan to. So I want to make it clear, in these conversations I've had with Avid, they have not directly told me they're going 100% subscription. All I can tell you is I know for a fact they are going 100% subscription. Okay. And for those of you that don't know, that means that your ability to buy a perpetual license is going to go away. And that's going to happen this year. All right. And what perpetual license means is you buy it, you own it. They can never take it away. You don't have to continue to pay to use it. You may have to continue to pay to update it, but you will always be able to record with the very minimum with whatever version you have at that time. They're taking that away. Now, where did this start? This started last year during the pandemic. The worst time on the planet to start this nonsense. The worst time ever. They started it last year by taking away, for those who had lapsed plans, and there's those people who could not afford to pay or chose not to pay to continue that annual fee, to continue to stay updated with Pro Tools. That meant they had a lapsed plan. And before, you used to be able to pay a fee to get back on, to get your Pro Tools back up to date. They took that ability away last year. within the last few weeks, and I've got a video on this and I encourage you to go watch it, okay? As far as this guy's concerned, they did a bait and switch. They did a bait and switch to try to trick people who were on lapsed plans. And this is just my opinion. I can't tell you what their intent is, but this is my opinion, okay? And it's pretty much common freaking sense, okay? They did a bait and switch to try to trick people into those who were on a lapsed plan thinking that they were getting back on an up-to-date Pro Tools plan. All you got to do is look through the comments on that video, and there's comment after comment about people who paid the money thinking they were getting their perpetual plan back on board, and all they did was get suckered into a subscription plan, okay? That's it. That's what they got suckered. They just got a reduced rate to get into a subscription plan. That's all they got. And so the communication on this was incredibly vague. It took them 10 days from the day they put that out to finally update the knowledge base to what it is today, which clearly explains how it works. Now, if you're telling me for 1 second that they didn't have enough common sense to anticipate all of these questions, okay, all of these questions, they didn't have enough common sense to do that, what does that tell you? Come on. I mean, come on. I'm a country boy. I'm from a small town in Kentucky, okay? I barely got out of high school. But you know, I got a decent head on my shoulders, okay? And I got some common sense. And I'm here to tell you, I'm sorry. That was bait and switch. I don't care what you say. I don't believe it any other way. So, hang on a second. Let me pull out my phone. And let's have a conversation about what it's like with other software. So Avid's going all in with the subscription, okay? It means you no longer buy perpetual anymore. They haven't done it yet, but I guarantee you it's going to be happening this year, okay? They're going to be doing that, right? And hang on, just give me a second. I'm going to flip from my phone here. I mean, this ain't no professional show here. Just got to work with me, okay? All right, so ultimately, you're going to take away that ability. So the only way going forward is subscription. Now, here's what I think. Let me get my crystal ball out here, and I'm going to tell you they're going to reduce their rate significantly. They're going to try to get you in so dirt cheap and get you hooked on that crack, baby. They're going to get you hooked on that crack. They're going to make it so compelling. But let me make an argument that even if they dropped it down to $9.99, or quite frankly, even $4.99 a month, how it makes zero freaking sense. All right, let's pull up my friends here. Hang on. Let's pull it up on the screen. Okay, come on. Hey, computer operator in the back. Let's pull this up on the screen. Got to take my glasses off so I can see. All right. Steinberg Cubase Pro 11, the most recent version. You can upgrade for $159.99. Let's call it $160. For $160, you can upgrade from versions 4 through 10. Okay, Steinberg updates every year, so you can go back 7 freaking years, okay, and not do a single update, not pay a single penny. Maybe you can't afford to upgrade your computer. Maybe you can't afford to do the things that can run those new technologies and those new features. Maybe you just don't have the money. But as you progress and you finally develop, and you get enough money, you get enough computer, and you're ready to make that jump, you know how much you got to spend? $160. $160, that's what you got to spend. Let me get my phone back up here. Thing times out too quick, okay? All right, let's go over to our friends over here at PreSonus. Now, hey, I don't know about you, but when PreSonus first came out with Studio One, I was like, really? You guys are really going to try and get in the DAW world? You guys are really going to try to dip your toes in that one? Well, they dipped their toes and they dipped them hard, because I tell you, it's proven to be massively successful. If anything on there, most people who use it, they switch from Pro Tools and say it's the Pro Tools equivalent, if not better. All right, let's pull this up on the page. PreSonus. Let's get you up on the page here. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, you can go from version 1 up to version 5. It's on right now. $150. $150. You can skip four updates, okay? All right, 4, and they give you free updates as you go, for the record, okay, throughout the course of the year to keep it operating, where Avid makes you pay for bug fixes, and historically, that's all they ever gave you were bug fixes, okay? $150. That's all it costs you. 150, baby, 150. Okay, hey, we're not done yet. We're not done. Let's go over to our friends over at Ableton Live. Okay, Ableton Live Standard. Let's get it up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all right. You can go from version 1 through 10. That's Diaz, baby. Diaz, baby, 1 through 10. Are you hearing me? Are you feeling me? Preach it to you, brothers and sisters. $160. $160. You can take that very first version and not do a single upgrade, not one freaking time in all those years, and you want to get updated on the latest one? $150. $150. That's what I said. Okay, so wait a minute. Oh, my phone just, hold on, my phone. My phone went down. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. You want to talk about that elephant in the room, everybody? Y'all ready to talk about that elephant in the room? This is the one we all made fun of. Every one of us old timers made fun of this, laughed and said, that's a toy. You can't make music with that. And let's pull it up on the screen, everybody. Bam! Reaper, baby. I mean, you got people swearing by this DAW. I mean, swearing by it. How much is it going to cost you? Let's say, $60. $60 is all it costs. $60. $300 every year to keep Pro Tools up to date on the subscription. $300 to keep Pro Tools up to date. I mean, I hate to say it, but you know what? Aren't we just recording ones and zeros here? Ones and zeros and ones and zeros. There is no sound to a DAW. And let's look at the history. Avid and Pro Tools has not developed a single thing new. You know what the last new thing they ever developed? Do you know where they can hang their hat on? And today they can still hang their hat on it? Beat Detective. Beat Detective. As good as Beat Detective is, there's still not another DAW out there, to my knowledge, that can do it as good as Avid's Beat Detective. That's their claim to fame, baby. They have not come up with a single, not one, zero, baby, zero, okay? Not one thing that they developed, and they were the first person to develop. All they've done is copy, 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 and they're years behind on that. Want to know what a company's going to do going forward? Look in reverse, baby. Look in reverse, okay? Historically, they have not done anything for you or me. Nothing whatsoever. So if you think it makes sense to pay a subscription, Avid, let me give you a little dose of reality here. I'm going to humble this down and bring this down a little bit. Do you know who your customer is? They're hardworking men and women across this globe. Across the globe. All right? They're getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. They're taking their shower. They're putting their boots on. They're making themselves some eggs and some toast for breakfast and a cup of coffee. They're out the door by 5:30, 5:45, and they're working their butts off. They're the guys and gals out there building your houses, taking care of you in the doctor's offices, waiting tables on you when you're hungry, cooking your burger and cooking your French toast for breakfast and for lunch, okay? They're the people out there doing it. They're cops, they're firefighters, they're hardworking men and women across this great globe. Okay? And you know what? They just, in their spare time, they just want to be able to let those creative juices flow inside of them. They need that outlet. They need a way to be able to do that, okay? And what they don't need to worry about is if they can afford that next monthly payment or that next annual payment to keep doing so, okay? They don't want to do that. At the very least, if they have a license on their own, what you call perpetual, they can at least continue to do it where they are until they can afford to do it better. And God forbid they get unemployed. God forbid there be something like a pandemic. I wonder how many of your subscription people had to stop paying your subscription because of the pandemic. I don't remember seeing anything out there where you were waiving people's annual or monthly fees because of the pandemic. I don't remember seeing that, Avid. Did you do that? Did you do that, Avid? I don't remember seeing it. I just don't remember seeing it. Whew. I get worked up over this. I get worked up. If you're watching this, if you're still watching this, but now, no, this guy right here cares about you. I don't know you, but I care about you. I have your best interest at heart. I do not have Avid's best interest at heart, okay? I could have gone on with that little Zoom call and communication. I could have milked that, and I could have used that to increase the popularity of this channel. I don't care about any of that. I don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, okay? I only care if I'm putting something out there that you value. And if I stop doing that, I expect you to stop watching. I don't blame you. Not going to hurt my feelings, okay? I do this because I care. I genuinely do it because I care. So, if you like the things that I talk about on this channel, although this is not indicative of the things that I talk about, it's not. And I surely hope this is the very last video I ever do on Avid, because I'm so furious. I want to show you, let me put my glasses back on. I'll show you something real quick. See that back there? That's a 24 channel D command. It's an Avid product. Look back over here. Let me get out of there. See back over there? That's an Avid Carbon. Paid $4,000 for it about a month ago. Okay? There's all kinds of blue, everything throughout all of this back over here. Got lots of Avid products. I've always loved Pro Tools, but I can't stand Avid as a company. For those of you hardworking men and women at Avid, I guess keep doing it. Just keep doing it. But no, you're working for the evil empire. That's who you're working for. Okay? And we all saw what happened at the end of that movie, didn't we? Luke Skywalker picked up their crown jewel and threw him down the freaking hole. Are you flowing with me like a river? You're working for a doomed company. It's just a matter of time. They're just trying to milk everything they can get out of it until it's done. They're all sucked up to their Hollywood buddies out there, and they're still locked into that and will be for a long time. Here's my advice to Avid. Get out of the consumer market. Just get out of it. Get out of it completely. Stick with your movie people out there. Go make the next Avatar for all I care. I really don't care. But get out of the consumer market, because all you're doing is pissing guys like me off. Because you suck. So, I always end this. I'm going to end it the same way. You know, even though I feel like I'm a little bit down right now, a little bit just beat up, at the end of the day, I hope every one of you out there have a great day.